What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video from the 10-7 MMA channel. This is an impromptu video. I just saw this go up like 27 minutes ago, apparently on YouTube. It popped up on my feed, and this is crazy. We got three major announcements. Actually, more than three announcements, but three major ones that I'm going to focus on right now that we got to talk about. Let's hear it from Dana White. I'm going to react to each one and tell you my thoughts, but I am so excited for all three of these announcements. Let's check it out. Here we go. Announcement number one.
Between Ian Garry and Carlos Prates. Prates, he came off the contender series, undefeated since coming into the UFC. He's on an 11-fight win streak with 10 straight knockouts. 11-fight win streak, and he has won his last 10 fights all by knockout. This guy is an absolute beast. He's part of the Fighting Nerds camp out of Brazil. And what I love about this fight, other than it's a great fight, was Ian Garry's mentality going into this fight. He believes that Prates is the most dangerous guy in the division, and he loved the matchup. He wanted this fight, loves it, and should be a fun one.
Okay, we're going to pause it there. Now, this is incredible, and I want to tell you exactly why. I just did a video earlier today on Colby Covington and how annoying and aggravating his behavior has been in terms of calling out all these fighters, talking smack to a bunch of them and not refusing to fight any of them. Ian Garry being one of those fighters. He talks so much smack about him, and they're not too far in the rankings. Ian is number 7, Colby is number 9, and I'm sure Ian Garry would still love to take that fight because I think he would smash Colby. But for whatever reason, Colby's decided not to take that fight, doesn't think he would win. And so now instead he's calling out Paddy Pimblett and Michael Chandler and Nick Diaz, just all these random call outs, which again, in general, I would not have a problem with the fighter calling out whoever they want to fight. That's fine. But in Colby's case, I take a little bit of issue because he's gone to such low depths to insult and intimidate and antagonize all these other fighters. Now you add Paul Felder to the list, and yet these people that he's antagonized previously, if he now chooses this no longer a good matchup, he's out. Dustin Poirier, another guy he's gone after his wife. So no love lost for Colby. But anyways, I digress. Ian is ranked number 7. He's a huge star in the division. I am sure if he pressed, he could get somebody like Kamaru Usman, like Leon Edwards, maybe JDM after he fights Bilal, whatever. Like, I could see him pushing up the rankings and trying to fight somebody up higher because he also had a great showing against Shavkat. But who does he accept? None of those guys. He accepts somebody 6 ranking spots below him. Now, granted, Carlos Prates, a lot of people are saying he's the truth. He's the next up-and-comer. He's going to be a massive star, maybe future champion in the UFC. So I get it from that perspective, but most people are going to look at this fight if Ian Garry wins and say, well, you beat number 13. You should have beaten number 13. And if he loses, it's going to drop him substantially in the rankings, whether that's right or wrong, but that's what will happen. So all the people that talk negatively about Ian Garry, you got to give him credit here. And if you're really paying attention to what's happening in one of the most stacked divisions in the UFC right now, welterweight, this is, I'm shocked that he's accepting this fight for UFC Kansas, which is, when is this happening? Let me just double check the date here. This is happening in April 26th. Oh my God. It's not even that far. What? Okay. This is crazy. Now, maybe they've been in talks for this for a while. I don't know. Once again, Ian Garry versus Carlos Prates. You got to give Ian Garry massive credit. And if he pulls this off, man, I imagine he's doing the UFC a favor by accepting this fight on relatively short notice. And I imagine, actually, I bet win or lose, they're going to give him a really good matchup next. But anyways, massive respect. And again, I always love seeing Ian Garry fight. So this is exciting. Okay, moving on to announcement number 2. This is arguably the biggest announcement in this video. Let's check it out.
That's Kansas City. 316. UFC 316 is at the Prudential Center in New Jersey, June 7th. And the main event is Merab versus Sugar Sean O'Malley.
For those of you guys who are upset by this announcement, because it's a matchup, because it's a repeat, because we already saw it, because you might say Merab got the victory, there's nothing to talk about. Look, I get some of that perspective, and I also understand that the bantamweight division is stacked and there are a lot of other people that maybe are deserving of a shot, whatever. I personally, look, let's just be real. Sean O'Malley is the biggest star in the bantamweight division right now. That's just facts. And it's not just because of his personality and his outside antics. He's one of the most fun fighters to watch, period. And I'm a super fan of Sean O'Malley from his fighting style for that exact reason. I love his kickboxing. He's He's just a fun fight style, number one. Number two, yes, I know people might say this is an excuse, this and that, but this is just the truth. He had a torn labrum. So I want to see now, after he's recovered and healed and had time to get his body back into tip-top shape, I want to see what he can bring to the table. Actually, if you rewatch that fight, it was a lot closer than people say. I don't know if you could say that Sean won, but at least it was a 2-3 loss. And I think Sean could do some damage here. Again, remember what he did to Aljamain Sterling. Granted, Merab is a different animal, a different beast. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but I think this is an interesting matchup. Plus, Sean is such a star. Let's see it June 7th. Phenomenal rematch. I cannot wait. I'm very excited. Okay. And by the way, here, let's quickly take a look at the Bantamweight rankings just for fun, so we can see who, if people are going to argue that, hey, this is not a great, not what they want to see in the bantamweight division. I mean, let's at least play devil's advocate. Who could we have? Merab's already beaten Petr Yan. I don't want to see that. He's already beaten Umar. Don't want to see that. Corey Sandhagen. I don't think those two have fought. That would be interesting, but Corey is pretty far down in the ranking. So Sean O'Malley, I think, makes a lot more sense. We were talking about Davison Figueiredo at one point, but then he suffered a loss in his last fight. There's nobody else. I think if you could argue Sean O'Malley or Corey Sandhagen, I'd rather see Sean O'Malley up there getting that rematch. So let's see what happens on that front. Okay, now we have the final announcement. I don't know about you guys, but to me, of these three announcements, this is my second favorite announcement because I'm a big fan of this fighter. Hold on, I'm going to have to fast forward just a touch here. Let's see.
For win streaks, all time. Most people, Sean's coming back. Co-main event, women's bantamweight champion Julianna Peña is taking on Kayla Harrison. Kayla is, she's won.
We know about Kayla. She's dominated everywhere. She came into the UFC and has dominated in the UFC. So far, she had that crazy, daunting weight cut. She'd never made that weight before, 135, I believe. And she did it. And I think she's done it twice now. Let me double check her record here. If you guys don't know that much about Kayla Harrison, man, okay, so she's 34. She's a super, super, super exciting fighter, and she's great on the mic, and she's very, very sincere when she talks. And again, a big part of fandom for me is being able to connect to fighters and like to listen to them in interviews. And she is somebody that I feel like speaks from the heart always. She has great trash talk. She's talked a lot of trash to Julianna Peña. Her and Julianna Peña really go back and forth very well. Julianna Peña is not somebody who's not afraid to get on the mic and speak her mind. So this whole build-up is going to be incredible. And I think Kayla Harrison's going to smash her. Honestly, I think she's going to outclass her. I think Kayla Harrison is arguably one of the best female fighters we've ever seen. She's an Olympic judo champion. She's dominated in the PFL. She just looked it up again. So she, of course, smashed Holly Holm in her debut in the UFC. She beat Caitlin Vieira in her second fight. Now she's getting thrown right into the mix for this title shot. I think she smashes Julianna Peña. I think they're going to bring back, what's her name, Amanda Nunes, for them to fight off and square off, and that's finally going to happen. And we've been anticipating that for a long time. I think even Kayla Harrison was upset the first time that Amanda Nunes lost to actually Julianna Peña, if I'm not mistaken. I remember there was that reaction of her in the audience being like, oh my God, she lost, because I think she was planning to have a super fight against Amanda. Anyways, I digress. We got to see what happens first. Julianna Peña could always pull it off, of course. But this is a great, great fight, and one that really excites me. Kayla Harrison is my favorite female fighter in the UFC right now. That would only change if Dakota Ditcheva came over to the UFC. But right now, it's Kayla Harrison. Let's go. 3 major fight announcements. Are you guys excited? I wasn't even planning to make another video today, but I saw this pop up. I had to react to it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Which of these 3 are you most excited for? Let me hear it. Thank you guys so much for joining. We will see you in the next video. Take it easy.